Chosen one. You've crossed the line that many never believed you could. You didn't just survive. You didn't just crawl. You stood when others expected you to fall. And now something divine has shifted. You've stepped into the moment where God is no longer silent about your elevation. You made it, and now God is showing you in signs, in moments, in breakthroughs. Heaven is no longer whispering. Heaven is declaring, this is not a coincidence that you're here. This moment, this very second, is divinely orchestrated. You've carried weight that wasn't yours. You've endured ridicule and confusion. You've walked in silence while others danced in celebration. But now, it's your time. God is revealing the evidence of your perseverance. Watch this video until the end and write in the comments your warmest wishes and type 99. This is the chapter of your life where your wishes align with the universe and unlock new blessings. This is the moment you've waited for, where your inner world ignites the external and nothing can remain the same. Now, chosen one, like this video, subscribe if you haven't subscribed to the channel, and let's go deeper. What was hidden is now being seen. You were prepared in secret, trained in obscurity, broken in silence, but you were never forgotten. You were never abandoned. Your every tear was counted, your every sacrifice remembered. The hours no one saw, God saw. The pain you couldn't explain, God understood. And now, chosen one, the divine is pulling back the curtain to reveal you to the world. You didn't make it by luck. You made it through destiny. God is confirming that the battle you went through had a purpose, and the promise is now arriving with full clarity. Your story was never meant to be average. That's why your journey was never easy. You were not called to live an ordinary life. You were chosen to lead, to rise, to become a living example of divine turnaround. And for that to happen, you had to be pressed, you had to be stretched, you had to be misunderstood, overlooked, rejected, and still rise. And now you're standing in the glow of God's confirmation. The tables have turned not by chance, but by heavenly decree. You may not have seen it coming this fast, but it was already spoken in the Spirit. What felt like delays were divine appointments preparing you for this. Now you made it through confusion, made it through opposition, made it through the noise of opinions, and now clarity is flowing into your life like a river. The confusion is lifting and purpose is becoming your only direction. God is lighting the path in front of you. Every step now is marked with divine favor. This is what it feels like when heaven says, well done. Do you feel the difference around you, that stillness in your spirit isn't a void? It's peace. That sudden burst of confidence isn't random. It's revelation. God is whispering through signs, through symbols, through serendipities. The right people are being pulled into your orbit. The wrong ones are being repelled. Opportunities are coming not because you chased them, but because you became them. You became the vibration of breakthrough. You became the echo of resilience. You became the embodiment of what favor looks like after the fire. God is now showcasing the result of your obedience. You stayed faithful in dry seasons. You kept hope alive in nights that tried to kill it. You believed when logic told you to give up. You gave when you had little. You poured from an empty cup, still praying for others when you were the one who needed help. And now the divine compensation has been triggered. God is showing you why it had to be you, why you had to go through it, why you were chosen from the beginning. The world is about to witness what happens when someone survives the storm without becoming the storm. You didn't let bitterness bury your light. You didn't let betrayal shut your heart. You stayed open. You stayed kind. and the universe is rewarding your faith with unstoppable favor. Your life is shifting in ways that defy logic because this is not man-made. It's heaven. God is broadcasting your arrival in rooms you haven't even entered yet. Your name is echoing in places where your feet have never walked. This is the season of being seen, not for fame, not for ego, but for impact. You're being positioned in places where your light can't be dimmed. Your voice is becoming the sound of healing for others. Your presence is becoming the answer to prayers. Someone else whispered in the dark, "You are not just blessed, you are a blessing." And now that you've made it, now that the divine spotlight is shining, do not shrink, do not doubt, do not question why you. It's always been you. Stay ready. God is going to keep revealing more. He's going to show you why certain people had to leave, why doors had to close, why you had to be uncomfortable. Every rejection was redirection. Every disappointment was preparation. And now the preparation has matured into manifestation. It's no longer a dream. It's a deliverance, no longer a hope. It's happening. And as you stand in this moment, chosen one, know this. God is not just showing you the blessing. He's making you the blessing. You are the proof that endurance births elevation. You are the sign that surrender leads to supernatural reward. You are the living example that, when you don't give up, divine favor will always find you. There's more coming, but this is the beginning of your visible victory. This is the moment heaven has been preparing to unveil, and you are ready, chosen one. You've now entered the phase of divine demonstration. This is no longer about waiting, praying, or preparing. It's about walking in the very thing you once cried out for. You've crossed the bridge. The fire refined you. The silence strengthened you. The delays deepened you. And now heaven is showing off through your life. You're not merely in alignment. You are the alignment. You're not waiting on the blessing anymore. You are the evidence of it. Every step you take now echoes with purpose. Every decision is infused with wisdom you gained through the pain. You no longer react. You respond. You no longer chase. You attract. That's what happens when you've been through the deep places with God. You emerge not just restored, but transformed. And when transformation is complete, demonstration begins. That's where you are now. You've made it out of survival mode. You've shifted into overflow mode. You don't need to force anything. God is going to confirm His word in your life. Without effort on your part, people will see your glow and not understand the process that birthed it. They'll marvel at your peace, but never know how many storms you stood through in silence. Let them wonder. You owe no explanation for the anointing that covers you now. The fruit will speak for itself. The favor will answer every question. The blessings will tell the story. This is the beauty of divine timing. What took years to prepare is now happening in moments. The restoration is rapid, the rewards are multiplying, and the revelation is unfolding like a scroll. Layer by layer, truth by truth. You're seeing it now. You feel it in your bones. Something is shifting. Something has clicked. Your prayers didn't go unnoticed. They were stored, and now they're being answered in a flood. Heaven's calendar has aligned with your destiny, and nothing can stop what's next. You're going to look around and realize that everything is connected. The setbacks, the heartbreaks, the betrayals, they weren't the end. They were hidden, escorts to your new beginning. God was never punishing you. He was positioning you. He wasn't hiding the blessing. He was hiding you until the blessing could no longer be delayed. Now that you've arrived, you can see the purpose in the pain. You can trace the thread of God's hand through every chapter. There is no more doubt now, only clarity. God is speaking so clearly. You're seeing signs in the sky, patterns in your spirit, alignment in your steps. The confirmations are too specific to be random. The people you're meeting, the doors opening, the ideas that won't leave your mind. They're not accidents. They are heaven's way of saying, I told you this moment would come, and now that it's here, let it stretch you, let it grow you. Don't shrink back into the old you. Don't second-guess the new room you've entered. You were built for this. You were designed to lead in realms where others collapse. That's why God let the pressure mold you. You're not entering this season fragile, you're entering it fortified, and you will not be shaken. You will not be manipulated. You will not be derailed. The old version of you couldn't handle this blessing, but the new, you, the one who's healed, focused, aligned, surrendered. That version is ready to walk in authority, ready to carry wealth with humility, ready to influence others without ego, ready to receive love, without sabotage, ready to take the platform and still remain grounded. You've been tested for this. You've been stripped for this. And now the garment of glory is being wrapped around your life. Don't be surprised when people from your past try to re-enter. Not everyone can access the version of you that's been crowned. Some people were part of your test, but not your testimony. God will show you who to let in and who to love from afar. You're no longer guessing, you're discerning. Because when you've made it to this level, your peace becomes sacred, your presence becomes expensive, and your time becomes a kingdom resource. Protect it wisely. You'll notice the shift in how people treat you. Some will celebrate you. Others will try to control what they didn't build. Stay grounded. Stay gracious, but never dim your light to comfort those who refuse to believe in your fire. This is not the time to apologize for being chosen. You didn't call yourself, God did, and He's confirming it now in front of every eye that ever doubted you. There's nothing left to prove. You are the proof. So go ahead and move like it. Speak like it. Walk into the room like it's already yours because it is. Stop playing small. Stop asking for permission. You were sent to shift atmospheres, not to blend in. The ones who truly carry God's power don't beg for platforms. They become the platform. And now that you've made it, your presence alone is going to break chains. People will feel healing just by being near you. You've become a vessel, and God is using you as evidence. This is more than breakthrough. This is takeover, and it's happening without manipulation, without compromise, and without exhaustion. You're winning through rest. You're elevating through alignment. You're being rewarded without chasing. That's what happens when you walk with God. That's what happens when your faith outlasts the fire. Your life now becomes the sermon, the miracle, the move of God others prayed for. Let this be your confirmation, chosen one. You're not hoping anymore. You're seeing. You're not wishing anymore. You're receiving. You're not waiting anymore. You're walking. And where you're headed next will only multiply what's already begun. The season of silence is over. This is the season of showing chosen one. As the veil is lifted and your true power is revealed, you're beginning to realize just how intentional every moment of your past was. The setbacks weren't random. The closed doors weren't punishment. The detours weren't accidents. Every single one was divinely appointed to build you into the vessel that could handle the magnitude of the mission. You didn't just make it by surviving. You made it by transforming. You became someone new. And now you're not just entering new rooms. You are the new room. You're the shift others have been praying for. The atmosphere changes when you walk in. Not because you're trying to impress, but because you carry weight in the spirit. You don't have to speak loudly. Your presence already prophesies. People feel something on you that they can't explain. that something is the glory of God, finally announcing itself through your life. God is showing you off, not for vanity, but for validation. Your process was real. Your tears were real. Your private prayers were intense. And now the public reward must match the private crushing. It's a law in the spirit. What was done in secret will be rewarded openly. And that's why you're seeing evidence on every level. Your finances are shifting. Your relationships are aligning. Your body is healing. Your spirit is glowing. You're no longer climbing. You're flowing. Don't be surprised when what once felt hard becomes easy. Don't question why things are falling into place so quickly. This is not coincidence. This is divine acceleration. When God decides it's your moment, there's no delay strong enough to hold it back. No opposition powerful enough to slow it down. The struggle was to strengthen you, not stop you. You've passed every test heaven assigned. And now God is showing you what it looks like to reap without striving. It will feel surreal at first. You'll catch yourself wondering if it's real. But you'll realize you don't have to second guess His grace. You just receive it. You've planted, you've endured, and now you're harvesting. Let the overflow come. Let the favor locate you. Let the unexpected good news arrive. Don't resist it. This is not the time to feel guilty for what's coming to you. You didn't skip the process. You paid the price, and now the reward is inevitable. People may look at you and think, you just got lucky. They'll see the results, but not the wrestle. Let them talk. You don't owe an explanation for the blessing. What you carry was earned in silence, in surrender, in seasons of unseen obedience. What God is doing for you now is personal. It's intimate, it's tailored, it's divine justice. You endured long enough to see the divine tables turn in your favor, and they are the spotlight that's hitting your life now. Isn't man-made, it's heaven-lit. You're being positioned not only for success, but for significance. You're being elevated not just to live well, but to lead well. There are people assigned to your voice. Your story is medicine to others. And now that you've made it, your voice will carry the weight of glory. Not opinions, not pride, but the anointing born from a purified journey. This is the moment when the ones who doubted you will watch your rise and realize they underestimated grace. Not only did you make it, they're about to see how far you're about to go. And the truth is, they were never supposed to understand it. Your journey was never theirs to approve. It was always between you and the God who called you. They weren't there in the midnight hours when you felt like giving up. They weren't there when you pressed forward on nothing but prayer. But now, God is showing them too. Not to shame them, but to show them what faith can do. You're becoming the living example of what happens when someone stays faithful to the unseen and trusts divine timing. Your results will become the evidence that trusting God isn't foolish. It's foundational. You are a case study of divine faithfulness. What you carry can't be bought, replicated, or explained. It can only be revealed, and the revealing has begun. Chosen one, you're about to experience a season of invitations. People are going to call on. You ask for your insight, seek your presence. Not because you're loud, but because you're light. The illumination around your life now is magnetic. You've become a lighthouse for others navigating storms. And the beauty is, you don't even have to try. You just have to be. You just have to show up and the divine will flow through you. Opportunities are going to come to you. Resources will be drawn to your energy. You'll begin to see divine partnerships forming around you. Effortless, inspired, aligned. And this time, you won't have to lower your standards or lose yourself to keep them. These people are being sent by God. They will recognize your worth without you having to explain it. They will celebrate your light instead of competing with it. And as all of this unfolds, keep your spirit anchored. Stay humble, stay grateful, stay in tune. The blessing is not the end. It's the beginning of a higher assignment. God didn't bring you this far just to leave you with things. He's trusting you with influence, with favor, with territory, with responsibility. And He's going to keep expanding you as long as your heart remains aligned with His. You made it. But this is not the finish line. It's the launch pad. The elevation is just beginning. The unveiling is still unfolding, and God is still revealing more of who you are to the world, and even to yourself. Every day now is a new revelation. Every moment carries new instructions. You're no longer living by reaction. You're moving by revelation. This is what it means to live in divine rhythm. The same God who walked you through the valley is now walking you into victory. He's not only showing you the promise, He's walking you into it hand in hand. And as you take each step, you'll feel it. Divine presence, divine clarity, divine protection. You are no longer walking blind. You are walking blessed. You are walking bold. You are walking chosen. Chosen one. Everything about you now carries evidence. You're no longer asking for confirmation. You are the confirmation. Your life speaks. Your presence shifts the atmosphere. Your silence holds power. You've entered a frequency that not many can understand. But those who are aligned with your destiny will feel it. They'll recognize what you carry because it activates what's hidden in them. And that's the whole point. God is not just showing you off, He's using you to awaken others. This is why your presence is starting to feel different, even to you. You're walking lighter, talking slower, moving with intention. You're no longer moved by opinions or reactions. You've entered the realm of spiritual confidence. You've been through the fire and know what it cost you. You're not about to give access to what you bled for. You're not going to lower your light for comfort's sake. The days of shrinking are over. This glow was earned. And God is not done showing you what He can do through you. You've only scratched the surface. You think this is a blessing. Get ready. You're about to witness divine orchestration on a scale that will humble you. What you thought was the finish line is only the foundation. What you believed was the top is only the first floor. Your reach is being extended. Your influence is being stretched. God is expanding your name because He can trust your heart. You're about to walk into environments that once intimidated you, and now they'll welcome you. Not because you changed who you are, but because you remained who you are. You kept your integrity. You didn't compromise to get ahead. You didn't manipulate to get attention. And now favor is falling on you with no strings attached. The oil is flowing. The heavens are backing you. And the spotlight that's on your life isn't man-made. It's God-ordained. People will ask you, how did this happen? And your answer will be simple. Grace, not connections, not influence, not manipulation, just raw, holy grace. And they won't understand it, but they'll feel it. The same ones who overlooked you will now seek your advice. The ones who underestimated you will now observe your elevation in silence. You don't have to clap back. You don't have to convince. Let God's demonstration speak for you. And as He shows you off, He's going to also show you to you. You're going to see yourself in new light strength. You didn't know you had wisdom. You didn't realize you carried boldness that surprises even you. Your voice is about to thunder, not in volume, but in impact. The words you speak now will land differently. They'll hit with precision. You've been anointed for this season. Your voice carries divine data, coded with healing, direction, and power. You're about to experience what it means to be followed by favor, not just visited by it followed. Wherever you go, Goodness and mercy will track your steps. Unexpected money, supernatural protection, new levels of joy, encounters with the right people, sudden doors, long-awaited answers, and through it all, you'll remain grounded. You'll remember the wilderness. You'll honor the silence that shaped you. God is putting you in positions where only your obedience will make sense. Others will try to figure out your strategy, but they won't understand that your steps are not logical. They're spiritual. You don't follow trends. You follow divine instruction. You don't move with crowds. You move with callings. That's why your results look so different. That's why your growth feels sudden to others, but not to you. You were built for this. You've been ready. And now, the divine spotlight that has found you will not flicker out. It will only grow. The more you walk in purpose, the brighter it shines, not for ego, but for impact. You were born to lead people out of spiritual darkness. You were born to be the proof that alignment with God leads to overflow. And as you move forward, you'll begin to see that the world has been waiting on the version of you that just arrived. You won't have to push anymore. You won't have to convince. The right rooms are calling you. The right people are praying for someone like you. The right opportunities are lined up one after the next, like dominoes of destiny. What once felt like pressure now feels like preparation. What once hurt now empowers. You've decoded the lesson in the pain. You've turned your trials into tools. You're walking with more clarity than ever before. And through all of this, God is still whispering, stay close. Because even as He shows you to the world, He wants you even closer. You'll rise higher the more you surrender. You'll see clearer the more you pause to listen. This isn't about getting busy, it's about staying aligned. You don't need to chase anything. Everything divinely yours will find you. You're in rhythm with heaven. Now, your name is being carried by angels. Your reputation is being protected by divine intervention. Your next steps are already mapped in glory, and your heart is being guarded by peace that passes all understanding. You are not alone in this season. God is walking with you. He is talking to you. He is covering you. And most importantly, He is revealing you. This is your unveiling. Chosen one. You've made it through the silent battles, the hidden heartbreaks, and the private disappointments. And now it's time. Time for the public reward. Time for the loud confirmation. Time for the world to see what God has been crafting in you all along. Chosen one, as you rise into this new dimension, understand this. You are no longer simply living life. You are fulfilling prophecy. You are walking in steps that were written long before you arrived on this earth. Everything that has happened, every twist and turn, every closed door and delayed prayer, it was all coded into your calling. You are not improvising your way through life. You are unfolding a sacred script, page by page, line by line. This is why the battles were so fierce. This is why the weight was so heavy. Your life has never been casual. It has always carried generational consequence. You are the interruption to the cycles that tried to run in your bloodline for centuries. You're the one chosen to change the ending. The chains that were too strong for others broke when they came to you. The patterns that swallowed others collapsed in your presence because you didn't just fight. You stayed. You didn't just cry. You overcame. And now the reward isn't just for you. It's for everything connected to you. God is showing you off, not just as an individual, but as a signal. You are a signpost of divine faithfulness, a message from heaven that says, I still honor obedience. I still reward sacrifice. I still exalt the lowly. You are what a miracle looks like after the storm. You are what clarity looks like after confusion. You are what favor looks like when it's no longer delayed. And now the mantle on your life is heavier. Not in burden, but in brilliance. You're going to walk into spaces where you become the answer. People will feel healed just being near you. Not because of what you say, but because of what you carry. You don't need to force anything. You're aligned now. You don't need to beg anyone. Your energy speaks first, and your energy is laced with divine revelation. You're no longer guessing, you're knowing. You've tapped into the stream of spiritual intelligence that can't be taught, only accessed through. Everything you've been through is now serving as fuel. The rejections gave you strength. The betrayals gave you wisdom. The waiting gave you depth. And the heartbreaks, they gave you range. You're not just successful, you're whole. You're not just chosen, you're equipped. And God is using your wholeness to pour into broken places in the world. This is no longer about making it. You already made it. Now it's about multiplying what you've become. You'll start to notice it more clearly now. How things flow, how timing suddenly aligns, how people who once intimidated you now honor you. It's not arrogance, it's recognition. You're not asking for attention. You're radiating revelation. The divine spotlight on your life is not for applause. It's for awakening, and the world needs what you've become. You've passed the tests that others failed in silence. You've been refined by fire so hot that it almost broke you, and now you wear the evidence on your spirit. The glow isn't cosmetic, it's spiritual. It's the mark of someone who refused to bow to darkness. It's the firelight of someone who stared, lost in the face, and still chose to love. Someone who could have shut down, but instead opened up even wider. And that chosen one is why God is showing you, because you chose faith when you had every reason to give up. Because you chose kindness when you could have gone cold. Because you chose trust when logic told you it was over. And now heaven has chosen to reward you with more than just breakthrough. It's legacy. You're not just receiving something, you're establishing something. A name, a calling, a lineage, a frequency that will bless generations after you. Let this settle in your spirit. You are the answered prayer of someone who never got to see the promise. You are the bridge between what was and what's possible. And now that bridge is stable. It's visible and it's sacred. You've made it, not just for you, but for your bloodline, for your community, for the souls that will find light through your story. So don't look back. Don't second guess us. Don't apologize. Walk forward with fire. Speak with authority. Move with clarity. The ones who doubted you don't deserve an explanation. The ones who disrespected your calling have already disqualified themselves from your circle. You don't have to say a word. God is saying it all through your fruit. And the fruit is only beginning to grow. There are new doors opening. Global, generational, divine. There are connections coming that feel like destiny wrapped in skin. There are conversations you'll have that shift nations in minutes. You're about to be seated at tables your ancestors only dreamed of. And you'll do it with grace. You won't have to become someone else. You'll be honoured just as you are, because the version of you that made it here is already more than enough. Stay steady. The expansion is real. The elevation is rapid, but the mission is sacred. God is not just building your brand. He's building a blueprint. Others will study how you made it. Others will look at your life and say, that's what trusting the divine looks like. You're setting a standard. You're writing a new narrative. And this narrative is unstoppable, undeniable, and unshakable. There's nothing small about you anymore. No more hiding, no more playing it safe, no more shrinking to fit rooms that couldn't hold your vision. You are too big in spirit to live small in life. And now the world is about to see the full scale of what God placed inside you. The unveiling is in full motion. The glory is visible. The grace is uncontainable. And the favor is flowing freely. Chosen one, you made it. And now you're about to make history.